morning, friends. How is everyone doing this morning? I hope that your morning is off to a wonderful, fantastic start. First and foremost, sorry about my voice. I am sick. Of course I am, because it's going from hot to cold, rainy, nice. It's just like, blah, blah, blah. It just does every spring and every fall. Just does. Why? I don't know. My body's just like, we hate you. Zazam. I'm just like, yeah, I figured. So, yeah, sorry about my voice. But if it's your first time here, hi, my name is Carrington. Not your first time here, hi, welcome back. If you enjoy all things makeup, anything makeup related, then definitely go ahead, hit that subscribe button, click the little bell to be notified of all my future uploads, and let's go ahead and let's dive on into today's video. I am so excited to be doing this video. Unearthly Cosmetics is one of my favorite brands. So when I saw they were coming out with this collection, I knew I needed to jump on it. And I 100% did. Carissa was tagging me on Instagram, being like, this is what's coming out, please review it. So it did take a while for it to get here. I think it was like the pre-order. So I finally got it, but then like a lot of things were happening, so got pushed to the side. But finally I'm just like, oh, look, my little curl. But finally I was just like, yeah, we can't keep holding off. Like, we gotta try this. So that's exactly what we're gonna be doing. We're gonna be diving in. So this collection comes with 2 blushes, a highlighter, a gloss, and then we have the eyeshadow palette. So this is everything that came in the collection. We are definitely going to be doing some swatches, creating a look, using everything that we can. So if you guys are excited to see what look we come up with, how well everything works, then you're definitely going to want to keep on watching. Alright, so let's go ahead, let's just dive on into some basic swatches. So let's start off with the palette. So first right here we have the shade Flirty. This is on the first row. Then we have Cuddles. Last for the first row is going to be Satin. Moving on into the next row, we have Stay In. We have Laughter. And then for the last one for that row, we have Sweethearts. Moving on then into the last row, we have Behaved. We have Sleepover. And very last is we have Banquet. So then we're going to move right on into like the highlighter and the blush. So right here is the highlighter. I don't know if you can really see that. That's a bow and arrow. Then for this blush right here, it's more of like a bubblegum light pink. This is Cherub. And then for the very last highlighter, it's kind of like a pinky purple. This is the Charmed blush. And then right here, this is the Cupid lip gloss. Very beautiful. A glittery kind of a pink. So those are all the swatches. So now let's go ahead and we're just going to dive on into a look. So we have this really beautiful palette to dive into. I'm so excited for. I'm going to go ahead and I'm going to start off with the shade. Let's just go in with the shade right here called Flirty. I'm 30, flirty, and thriving. 30, flirty, thriving. Ooh, this is beautiful. Also, I know my brushes are dirty. Okay, I literally have like a basket that I have not washed yet. The other ones I have washed, they're still wet and drying. So I've color switched and it is what it is. Okay, we're just gonna end it there. It is what it is. Next, let's deepen this up just a little bit with the shade right here called Sweetheart. And just a little bit lower down. I am not going to lie, I love purples and pinks. When I was first starting out with makeup, you know, I really did start out with like a lot of neutrals. Just because it's not hard to mess up neutrals, right? And so then when I was like diving into like colorful makeup, I don't know, it was just something about like pinks and like purples that just like make my eyes look so good. I love the way it looks on the eyes. Like, I think it's so beautiful. What is your guys's like colors? Like, are you guys like blue people, yellow, oranges, greens? Like, what is like a color, like if you had to like only wear like one colorful color, like if you could only okay, what am I trying to say? Carrington, what are you trying to say here, girl? So like if you could only do purple eyeshadow for the rest of your life, or greens or blues for the rest of your life, what is like that one like color that you could just like wear over and over again? And for me, it's probably like pinks and purples. Like I love greens, don't get me wrong. I 1000% love greens. But I just feel like I love pinks and purples more. Alright, so we're going to move into the next shade to deepen things up, which is going to be Cuddles right here. It's going to go on the outer corner. I'm just really curious to hear like what other people have to say about like what their favorite colors are for their eye looks. And what's your least favorite? Mine's definitely blue. I do not like blues on me. It just does not look good on me. So the shimmer shade that I want to go into is kind of like very soft. So let's go into the shade right here called Beloved, which is a matte. And we're just going to, that one has a lot of kick up compared to the others. Like just like set the base for that glitter. Smooth and like beautiful. Like honestly, I could just leave this like this, but I want to get as much use out of the palette as I can. So the color I want to go into is this one right here called Satin. I just want to take that like all over my lid, just like right on top of like that purple shade. Yeah, so it definitely is like a very much like a very topperish type shade. So I'm glad that I did put that pinky purple down like beforehand, for sure. Just gonna sit here, work on building it up a little bit, get some more intensity. You just taking a little bit to build, not the end of the world. It's doable. All right. Here are the eyes, what we have going on so far. I think it's really, really beautiful. Again, Unearthly Cosmetics always just does like a fantastic job. So I'm now going to go bounce off of camera. I'm going to go apply some more makeup so we can come back, try out the blush, the highlighter, and the lip gloss, and do the lower lash line. So I will be right back. So I'm back so we can dive on into the lower lash line and finishing up the rest of the makeup. So for the lower lash line, I'm going to start off with the shade right here called Flirty. And we are just really just going to smoke that to the heavens, I guess. What did I want to say? I wanted to say something else. Smoke this to outer space. Smoke this to Pluto. Well, we're really smoking here. Alright, then next we'll go into that Sweetheart, which is like that purplish type shade. And we'll just kind of focus that really tightly up against the lash line. Then we'll go into lash shade Cuddles, and this is going to be focused like right here. There we go. All right. So for the inner corner. Wow, I cannot say that. We're going to go ahead and we're going to dive on into the Bow and Arrow highlighter. I think that's going to be perfect. And for blushes, we have the Charmed blush, which is like this like deep purple. And then we've kind of got like this little like pinky thing. I guess like, I don't, what we can do is we can just like mix them, I guess. I don't know, like, okay, first and foremost, hold on. Let me like take that like purpley type shade and just like focus us towards like the back portion of like my cheeks. Very beautiful, we'll say that. It's cute. So now we've got that, let's go into Cherub. And let's just see just like what happens if we just kind of focus that more towards like the front. Kind of like ombre it. Actually, I think that looks okay. So just kind of keep with that. That is beautiful. Okay. All right, let me get my handy dandy mirror. Okay, that is a really beautiful blush formula. It's not emphasizing any of my texture. It looks very nice, very smooth. Does have a little bit of a sheen to it, but it's not like glittery sheen. Like, it's just like a very like lit from within type of glow. I love those. Like, that's really good. Now we've got the highlighter. This is the Bow and Arrow highlighter. I don't want to get too much on the brush because I'm really nervous that like it might turn out to be like a little bit too dark for me. Maybe not. I don't know. We'll see. It's really beautiful. That is pretty. We'll say that. Okay. Let me see, is it like a gray cast? No, it's really pretty. It's not too dark or anything. It's really like a beautiful pink, and I feel like this goes so well with the look. Like, it goes great with the eyes, with the blushes, just like everything like that. I think this is just, it's coming together really nicely. So we only have one last product to try, and this is the Cupid lip gloss. I just lined my lips. I don't know like how well it's gonna go with the lip, actually. Okay. I was nervous it wasn't gonna go with like the lip liner. I think it does. Huh. This does like a really good, it's really comfortable. Has like a fruity type scent to it. Nice. Like, my lips look really like nice and plump and healthy. I think it goes really well with the look as well. Wow, okay. I'm really impressed. I'm gonna go ahead, I'm gonna go finish off my makeup and just like, you know, set my face, things like that. And then I'm gonna come back and we can talk about some of my final thoughts with this collection. All right, so I am back. Everything is completed. Let's talk about my final thoughts on everything. So first things first, I think this palette is so beautiful. It is gorgeous. I love the look that I created. You do have two shimmers, these right here, that have some, like, have like a black base, so definitely you wouldn't have to put like a eyeshadow underneath. These two you definitely would need to put an eyeshadow underneath. I kind of want to see what happens if I like tap a little bit of Laughter like on top. Oh yeah, that adds something to it. So you definitely have to have like a base underneath, you know, whether that be one of the shimmers or a matte eyeshadow like I put. You definitely have to have that. It's not the end of the world. I think like the artwork is like so cute. I think the shadows are great. They are pigmented. They blend well. They blend nicely. They're nice, soft, and smooth. There is some kick up in the pan. It's not terrible. There's no fallout on the face. Blends like a dream. Like, this is such a good quality palette. It's a really good formula. Unearthly Cosmetics, previously Alien Cosmetics, really crushed it with this palette. I really don't have any complaints about most of their other palettes. This is probably one of my top favorites though, because it does have a color story that really speaks to me, which is like pinks and purples. That's like my all-time favorite kind of color story. So I really do love this. If you were ever interested in like picking up the palette, I would definitely say if you have the money, you've thought about it, weren't really for sure if you should bite the bullet, I really think you should. It's a really good palette, especially if pinks and purples are your thing. So now we're going to move on into the blushes and the highlighter. So the highlighter I thought was going to be like way too dark for me. I was like, there's no way I'm going to be able to use this, but I can 100% use this. It is so beautiful. It's a lovely like, it's like a lilac pink, like champagne. It's definitely got like a shift to it, and I find it to be like so beautiful. And I don't find this to be overly texture enhancing. And I feel like with highlighters in general, for the most part, they do kind of emphasize texture. It is a very beautiful and smooth formula. Glides right on over the texture. It's not overly enhancing or anything like that. Great highlighter. The blushes are so beautiful and pigmented. Like, I love like these blush colors, and like I don't really have like a lot of like purple blushes like this in my collection, so this is definitely like super unique. And again, this didn't like pill up any of my foundation. It didn't emphasize my texture at. It's so nice and just like soft on the skin. Like it just really does just look so very nice and just like very soft on your skin. It's really a really good formula. These blushes are like incredible. I'm hoping they come out with like a blush palette with this like exact same blush formula. I would pick that up in a heartbeat. Like this is so good. I love that this is like unique to my collection. I love how well they work together. Again, these were just really beautiful. Last up is the gloss. I really like this gloss. It's not sticky, tacky. It's not like too thick and goopy. It really is just like a very nice, beautiful gloss. Adds a beautiful shine to your lips. And I feel like it helps like plump your lips without it being plumping. It's just that it's so just like healthy, nourishing, adds some like suppleness to your lips so that they just look a little bit more plumped. And I really love that. I love like the scent of it. It's like a very nice like sweet, almost like cherry type scent. And I could literally just keep applying this all day. It's so good. I like, look at that. It is so good. Honestly, I really feel like this whole collection as a whole was a fantastic collection. Seriously, a 10 out of 10 for me. I'm so glad I purchased this. There was nothing in here I was disappointed in purchasing, and there's nothing in here I was like, oh, this just doesn't work for me. No, there was nothing in here that I hated. I loved everything in this collection. Everything in here was like top tier, top notch, Unearthly Cosmetics quality, blew it out of the park. So much better than some of my high-end drugstores. Like it's just so good. So if you guys were ever interested in Unearthly Cosmetics, ever interested in this collection, didn't know if any of this would be worth picking up, I think no matter what you pick up from this collection, whether it be just a blush or just a gloss or just the eyeshadow palette or the whole thing or half of it or whatever the case may be, I don't think you're going to be disappointed. It's a really good collection. Alright, so that is it for today's video. I hope that you all enjoyed. If you did, if you love Unearthly Cosmetics, love their reviews, things like that, then definitely give this video a thumbs up. Don't forget to hit that subscribe button and click the little bell to be notified of all my future uploads. I try out tons of indie brands. I'll be trying out some more Unearthly Cosmetics when they release stuff. So I'm always trying out something new. So definitely go ahead and hit that subscribe button, click the little bell to be notified when all of those load. And I will see you all in my next one. Bye!